Under a Curse. Written by Sanjay Kumar Srivastava. As the sun sunk behind the wooded hills, Ganesh rose from beneath the great banyan tree, where he sat watching his goats grazing on the grass around. With him was Gheru, his best pal who accompanied him on his daily exercise of grazing the goats. Dusting the seat of his pyjamas and fastening his towel round his waist, and Ganesh began gathering his goats. It was time to return home. As he herded his flock homeward, his eyes caught sight of the 5 monkeys, frolicking in a grove of mango trees some distance away towards the hills. After romping playfully on the trees for a while, the monkeys moved away towards the hills. Ganesh now made for home along with Gheru and his flock of goats. Where did they come from? Ganesh wondered. No one in the village knew exactly from where the monkeys had come. They did not come there regularly. Sometimes for days there would be no sign of them. Then, all of a sudden, they appeared, making havoc with the crops and villagers' household things and charging at those who tried to stop their orgy. On being chased by the villagers, they simply vanished from sight. With their golden tail and the rest of the body as white as snow, the monkeys seemed denizens of another world. Never had such monkeys been seen in the village until one day, not long ago, they suddenly appeared from nowhere. Although the villagers considered themselves fortunate to see such unusually looking monkeys, it pained them immensely when they wrought havoc on the crops whenever they descended on their village. They had become so much of a pest that one day the village chief ordered his men to do away with them by offering them food spiked with poison. How can the chief be so cruel and inhuman? Ganesh felt deeply stirred when the news broke. Like many others, he too was not at all happy with the monkeys for what they did every time they appeared. But being very kind-hearted, he could never even imagine such an inhuman punishment meted out to them for their acts. Next morning, as Ganesh herded his flock for grazing, he considered what he could do to save their lives. The matter occupied his mind the whole day and several ideas came to his mind, but none of them seemed practical. In the evening, as the sun began setting, Ganesh got up from beneath the banyan tree where, as usual, he sat tending his goats grazing around. As he herded his flock homeward, he again caught sight of the monkeys romping their way hillwards through the mango orchard. Today I will surely discover their abode, he resolved, and, asking Gheru to lead the goats back home, he dashed off hillwards. While following, Ganesh was careful enough not to come too close to the monkeys, lest they noticed him and attacked him. Traversing the wooded hills and groves of trees and orchards, the monkeys finally reached the mouth of an old cavern and halted. Seeing them halting, Ganesh quickly hid behind a grassy mound nearby and curiously waited for their next move. Suddenly, to his utter astonishment, they started metamorphosing into humans. With mouth wide agape, as he watched the mystery unfolding before his eyes, a terrible sneeze escaped his mouth and nostrils, which made the monkeys, now turned into Gandharvas, celestial beings, aware of the presence, somewhere nearby, of a human. Together, they turned their heads towards the sound. And, in no time at all, Ganesh found himself surrounded by them. Who are you, boy? Where have you come from? What on earth are you doing here? Bellowed one of them. Answer the questions truthfully, or else. Growled another, eyes glaring. Trembling with fear, Ganesh stood speechless. He has no option but to respond. With all the courage he could muster, he told them all that they wanted to know from him. He also told them about the village chief having ordered his men to kill them and about his intention to do something to help them save their lives. No sooner had Ganesh concluded than he noticed that the look of ferocity on their faces gave way to one of love and affection for him. Tell us, what should we do to save our lives? Asked one of them, flinging an affectionate arm around Ganesh's shoulders. After some careful thought, Ganesh replied, ensure that none of you harms anyone or damages anything in the village whenever you go there. That we cannot ensure, for once we turn monkeys, we lose control over our behavior, they all said in one voice. Then, ensure you do not go there ever again. Yes, that we can do, they chorused. By the way, how come you all change into humans? What is behind all this? Asked Ganesh. Actually, one of them began. We are all Gandharvas, having our abode in a celestial region. We come down to earth once in a while to feast our eyes on nature's beauty. Once we happened to alight in a wooded area towards noon. We were very thirsty as well as hungry, so we started looking for a place where we could get some water and something to eat. While searching, we came across a hermitage. The hermit was not present, nor was anyone else around there. We were so thirsty and hungry that we could not wait for the hermit to return. We entered the hut and found both water and eatables. Having satiated ourselves, we broke into revelry. In the process, we caused considerable damage to the hermitage, his garden, and even his hut. While we were making merry, the hermit returned. He erupted into fury, and without asking us anything, he administered this curse. Like monkeys, you Gandharvas have played havoc with my place, so all of you will change into monkeys at the break of dawn tomorrow. You will remain monkeys till dusk, afterwards you will change back into Gandharvas. The hermit with his superhuman powers had instantly recognized us as celestial beings. We all pleaded with him to show mercy on us. Our pleadings melted his heart. He said he did not have the power to revoke the curse. He asked us to give a pledge that we would never do anything wrong again in our lives. We gave the promise, whereupon he threw his hands skywards, shut his eyes, and murmured something, and then said, now you are partly free from the curse. Its influence will last for only 1 year, after which you would be able to return to your own world and lead your lives as before. Exactly as the hermit had told us, next day at dawn, we turned monkeys. Since then, after wandering here and there, we return to the cavern at dusk when we regain our original form. When night falls, we go inside the cavern. This is how we have been living our lives ever since. How many days are still left for the curse to cease to have its effect? 3 months. So, do not come to my village till then, if you wish to stay alive, said Ganesh. Yes, we want tea, they all promised in one voice. You have done us a great favor by warning us, for which we owe you a great debt of gratitude. Come here, at dusk, at the end of 3 months when we will be free from the curse. You will find us awaiting you, said one of them. Why do you want me to come here? Asked Ganesh, curiously. That I will tell you only then. Do not forget to turn up. You should better be returning home now. Do not mention this at all to anyone in your village. The monkeys were not seen in the village anymore. The villagers did notice that they had suddenly stopped coming to the village. Ganesh kept absolutely silent about the whole incident. Days rolled by and the time came when Ganesh was to show up at the cavern. He found the monkeys awaiting him. It's time we return the favor you did us, said one of the Gandharvas, greeting him with a warm smile on his face. We wish to present you with something in gratitude for your help. Now do not refuse to accept it. He held in his hand an oval stone, a brilliant blue, transparent and radiant. This is no ordinary stone. It's endowed with magical powers, it will grant you whatever you will wish for. But the moment it'll land in anyone else's hands, it'll lose its power and turn into an ordinary stone, he said, handing the stone to Ganesh. Needless to add, the magic stone changed the lives of Ganesh and his family, of course for the better. The villagers never came to know what happened to the monkeys, or for that matter, why all of a sudden they stopped going there.